Mike Stonebraker. I've been here at MIT for 20 years. I do database management, and I'm here to talk to you today about Tamr, which is a data management company. Tamr does data integration, and the main Tamr customer is a large enterprise. And large enterprises very typically have a large number of what are called data silos. So you typically assemble whatever data you need to run your particular business unit, and you put that in whatever is the most immediate storage at hand. You just created a data silo. And large enterprises have many, many of these. This becomes a fuzzy matching problem, which is especially challenging. One of the reasons it's especially challenging is, for example, Merck, the drug company with an address in Germany, and Merck, the drug company with an address in New York. Are they the same company or are they a different company? Well, it turns out even though the names are spelled exactly the same, they're different companies. So it's a very challenging fuzzy matching problem, and that's what Tamr has gotten very, very good at.
So the project that we spun out of at MIT was called Data Tamr. And the core academic team was my partner, Mike Stonebraker, our co-founder, Ihab Ilyas, George Biscalis, Dan Bruckner, who is still at Tamr, and Alex Pagan, who's also still at Tamr. And that core group was really at the center of the academic project and was really focused on this problem of how do you clean and curate large quantities of tabular data, which at its core, if you're doing it at a really large scale, is classic computer science n squared plus an n cubed problem. And so we spent the first 2 years in academia basically hacking that problem, figuring out how to use lots of cheap compute and some really special math that the team developed to clean and organize tabular data.
In this field of study of data integration, it's very easy to identify problems from a theoretical perspective and sort of isolate them and go after them. But it's very hard then to apply those solutions in the real world, because essentially when you get out into the real world, all data is messed up in unique and disgusting ways. And so the theory kind of falls apart very quickly. Because we were doing it in collaboration with research, it kind of very early on became clear, oh hey, there's an opportunity here for commercialization, in addition to like the very fruitful R&D going on.
So the things that that we realized at Tamr that were a bit different in the real-world application versus the academic project, it starts with, so there's these 3 core functions in Tamr: schema mapping, our 2 attributes, the same or different; record matching, our 2 records, the same or different in 2 tables; and classification. If I call something X in one table, does that mean the same as when I call something Y in a different table? And when we started the project, the academic project, we were really focused on the first 2, schema mapping and record matching. As we got in and started engaging with customers, we realized that they really cared a lot about classification. That was really, really important to them. And so, we did a little bit of classification work in the original academic project, but the minute we started the company, we kind of leaned into classification in a big way, realizing that that was very, very important.
The thing that's been great about starting the company in academia is that the tools that you use in research, thinking about problems in sort of a general sort of way, you don't limit your scope to just what you think you can do or what you've done in the past. The philosophy at Tamr has always been bottom-up data integration guided by human input, right? And we've applied that not just to schema integration and deduplication, but also classification and some more sophisticated like metadata tagging projects. And we've been able to sort of adapt to a bunch of different vertical industries and apply those techniques in different ways over and over again. and kind of develop a culture of experimentation and looking forward to what new use cases we could do, but also consolidating everything that we've learned about the stuff that we've done over and over again to make the product better and better.
So really, the data integration problem starts with a collection of data sources and ends with clean, normalized, mastered output, typically in data warehouses. And so, the long-term Tamr vision is to do that entire pipeline, because right now enterprises need to use multiple tools, and we'd like to slowly expand as rapidly as we can to do the entire pipeline.
You don't have to look hard. Actually, you don't have to do much more than walk down the street in Kendall Square. You bump into some of the best computer scientists, mathematicians, and software engineers in the world. And so being a part of that community is not only makes my job easier as a startup guy, but also is tremendous fun. One of my favorite things to do when I'm not, sort of doing whatever Tamr requires of me is I love hanging out in the labs. I love coming over to Stata Center and just talking to the computer scientists about the work that they're doing and how they're thinking about applying it and if there's commercial potential. We here in Boston have a very unique community on the academic side, and it creates an insane number of opportunities to start companies from scratch. Nowhere is that more true than at MIT, and at MIT, nowhere is that more true than right here at the Stata Center.
Well, I think the thing I really like about CSAIL is that interacting with the real world is encouraged. The industrial partnerships that have been facilitated here are terrific. That the research management here is perfectly willing to have people start companies on the outside. So I think the culture here at CSAIL is just wonderful.